The sirens sounded distant, like echoes from a life I'd already left behind. I heard her voice on the broadcast, my wife, shouting my name, accusing me of something I didn't do. He wanted us dead for the insurance. The words bounced around the small, cold walls of my jail cell, sinking into my chest like ice. I pressed my hands against the metal bars, listening to the chaos unfold on live television. My twins, my kids, safe, miraculously safe. But her eyes, God, the way they shone with false desperation. It wasn't fear, it was calculated. I knew that look. I'd seen it when she lied about trivial things. This was another performance. Through the blurred window, the flashing red and blue lights painted the concrete in hellish stripes, and my lawyer leaned close, voice low, carrying a promise that tasted like cold steel. "I'll handle this." I nodded, though he couldn't see me. He didn't know. No one did. I had already started counting moves ahead. Days before, I had noticed subtle cracks, missed meetings, silences that didn't fit, her phone disappearing for hours. I told myself I was imagining it. The idea was too brutal to accept. But then I caught the corner of a text on her cracked screen, a name I didn't recognize. She noticed me noticing. She smiled, a little too brightly. The truth clawed its way to the surface slowly. A betrayal doesn't scream, it whispers, and I had been listening. Every delayed response, every unexplained expense, every unnecessary lie, it formed a pattern that my mind couldn't ignore. Yet I couldn't confront her, not yet, not before I knew exactly how deep it went. I had to be patient, cold, calculating. Emotion was a weapon, and I intended to wield it with precision. I began quietly. Phone records, emails, bank statements, conversations I overheard while pretending to sip coffee on the balcony. Every detail was a thread, every thread a path leading somewhere. She acted normal around me, smiling, laughing, an actor on a stage I had once built for her. I kept my exterior calm. People in the jail thought I was broken, silent, defeated. I let them. Every nod, every empty stare was a deception. Inside, my mind was a chessboard, each move planned, each countermove anticipated. There was something perversely satisfying in watching her weave her lies. She thought she was untouchable. I didn't confront her because I didn't need to. I only needed evidence. And then came the inconsistencies. Small, almost laughable, but they added up. Receipts from hotels, unusual withdrawal patterns, voices I didn't recognize over the phone. She wasn't just lying, she was orchestrating a story to paint me as a murderer, and I intended to let her fully believe it would work. The envelope arrived one gray morning. DNA results, fingerprints, confessions buried in digital trails. All of it, meticulously documented, pointed to her. She had cut the brake lines herself, calculated the exact moment, and spun the narrative of my greed and malice. I didn't confront her immediately. I waited. The courtroom was packed. Cameras, reporters, whispers. She walked in first, triumphant. My lawyer followed, carrying the evidence like a scalpel. He handed me the folder silently. I opened it, skimmed the pages, my expression neutral. Nothing betrayed the storm inside. And then I handed it to the judge. No words, just a look. The judge flipped through the documents, eyes widening, paleness creeping across his face. She froze. The first crack. I saw it then. The terror that comes when the predator realizes the prey is not only alive, but also fully aware. She tried to speak, but no sound emerged. The courtroom watched silently as the truth dismantled her carefully constructed world. My lawyer said nothing. I said nothing. I didn't need to. I watched her unravel in slow motion, denial, panic, rage, pleading, and all I felt was clarity. Every calculated step, Every quiet observation had led to this. When she finally tried to reach me, I turned away, not out of fear, out of finality. I had already won, not with fists, not with anger, with the precision of patience and intellect. She had orchestrated chaos, I had orchestrated justice. Cold, silent, impeccable. The courtroom emptied, cameras packed up, reporters whispered, confused and hungry for more. I walked out last, unhurried, untouchable. My children were waiting, unaware of the full extent of what had happened, unaware of the storm I had weathered for them. I didn't speak, I didn't cry, I didn't look back. I had gained something she could never steal: absolute understanding, absolute control. And as the doors closed behind me, I realized something fundamental. Some people deserve exposure, not forgiveness. Some storms are meant to pass quietly, leaving only clarity in their wake. I was free, not because I was innocent,